Lebekin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is a very unusual video for me. I normally do stuff dealing with like geeky stuff, like comic books, Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, that sort of thing. So if you're into that, please subscribe to my channel, because I would love to get up to 200 subscribers. I mean, I think I'm up to 180 or something now. I don't know why I'd like to get to 200, but it's kind of a fun hobby. Or if you're looking for a holiday gift for a relative or a friend who you know is into geek stuff, tune into my channel, because I'm always reviewing the new releases, and I'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down, depending what their likes may be. But this video is dealing with, as I said, as it says on the tin, what to say to people who ask, where is the evidence for Jeremy Corbyn's anti-Semitism? So I deal a lot with these people. Again, being into geeky stuff, I write and draw comic books. That's one of my, I write and draw comic books professionally. So almost the entirety of the British comic book, in the professional British comic book industry, are very, very pro-Corbyn. And they just don't buy he's anti-Semitic. They think it's a smear. Oftentimes they go, it's a smear by the Israeli lobby. You know, they'll say, he's not an anti-Semite, and they'll go straight, like without taking a breath, straight into anti-Semitism, like straight into it. And because they have this deep ignorance of anti-Semitism. So whatever, but all they know about anti-Semitism is it can't be Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn cannot be a racist. He's a man of peace. So this is an argument I found that is a checkmate to that. That Jeremy Corbyn has pledged British taxpayers' money to pay people to kill other people who happen to be Jewish if they are standing in a place that those people he calls his friends have deemed a Jew-free zone. So that seems pretty darn anti-Semitic to me, you know. Also, it sounds crazy when you say that. Somebody would go, "Oh, that's just spin." No, this is actually 100% accurate. And again, if you're ever going to talk to these people, I really just recommend do a bit of reading. Like I live in Israel, so it's much easier for me. I'm like on the front lines for them. Like my son literally is on the front lines. He's a tank commander, which I say as often as possible because it's so freaking cool. Yeah, my daughter's in the army. My son's other son is in school. He's way down south, and he spends many nights in bomb shelters because of I was going to say Hamas firing missiles. It's actually the Islamic Jihad doing it. Funnily enough, my son told me they were all given strict orders. Be really careful. Do not, under any circumstances, open fire unless your life's under threat. But open fire, or get anywhere near anybody working for Hamas, because the recent rocket fire was by Islamic Jihad, and it was they wanted to bring Hamas into the conflict. And that's make it blow up into a real conflict. The truth is they just didn't have the weapons. They just don't have the facilities to wage a campaign. So they were trying to bring Hamas into it. So my son's orders were really careful. Make sure you don't even give anybody from Hamas a paper cut. Just be really, really careful about that. So. So again, yeah. So when people say what is the evidence of his anti-Semitism, Jeremy Corbyn has pledged British taxpayer money to the Palestinian Authority's program, specifically the program called the Martyrs Fund. The Martyrs Fund is set up to pay people who are incarcerated for hate crimes, essentially for murdering Jews. It's a financial incentive for racial violence with a goal towards ethnic cleansing. So that's really again a checkmate. So this is what happened. This was something that completely tolerated for years and years and years. This is how we've been accustomed to this anti-Semitism in the world. This is how it grew so quickly, because we give it a pass. You know, the Obama government gave it a pass, and yeah, I would say even the Bush government, all of these people, they just keep giving it a pass. So what happened was the Americans finally said, wait a minute, this is our aid money you're using directly for terrorism. And the Palestinians went, yeah, we are. Isn't it great? Look at it. It's fantastic. I think last year they paid out, did I always say this? The last year they paid out, I think, $303 million, or the year before, $303 million to people in jails for killing Jews. Yeah, so the Americans went, well, that's not really so, kosher. We're not really into that. And they said, yeah, no, we don't care. But then the Americans said, well, listen, if you're going to do this, we can't give you aid money. And they went, you racists! You Jew-loving racists! How dare you! This is the Jew lobby, you Jew-loving Americans. And they said, well, we're going to keep on with this policy. Because it's actually extremely popular. Because of course it is. People like free money. So America stopped giving, curtailed their Palestinian aid, to which Jeremy Corbyn was incensed. Jeremy Corbyn is always incensed when a Palestinian is in some way prohibited from injuring or murdering a Jew. He finds that one of the worst things ever. But he was incensed at this. He says, how dare the Americans do that? How dare they do that? When I am Prime Minister, I pledge to British taxpayer money to bridge that shortfall so these Palestinians can keep getting their aid and keep murdering Jews, keep paying them to murder Jews. There's nowhere for them to go. Because they will say, okay, I got into this conversation, was it last night? Or over the last couple of days, with this guy who is such a hand-wringing liberal, and it's so important for him to see himself as a man of peace, and like how a person who yearns for peace. I think that it's really important, and he wants that, but at the same time, he's just won't analyze his beliefs or look at the consequences of his choices. And the consequences of his choices are Jews being murdered. So he may feel really bad about it. But, so he doesn't believe that aid money can go to violence. Again, it's just matter of record. The Martyrs Fund. Just look up the Martyrs Fund. Look on Wikipedia. It gives you everything you need to know about it. It's exactly what it says. It's a pay for slave policy. So what will happen when you lay this out to people is they will ignore it. Their brains won't be able to accept it. Their brains just kind of shut down. And depending how anti-Semitic they are personally, sometimes they're not. I would say most of the time not. Depending how anti-Semitic they are personally, it depends how quickly they go into anti-Semitism. But they will try and change the subject. They will ignore what you say. So you got to keep calm. This is really the most important thing. You just got to keep calm when talking to people and say, to bring back fact, Jeremy Corbyn has pledged British taxpayer money for the Palestinian Martyrs Fund, which is a pay-for-slay policy towards Jews. Right? To me, if you're pledging money to something, you're endorsing something. So he therefore has endorsed racial violence. He also has endorsed ethnic cleansing with the quite clearly with the 2005 disengagement from Gaza, which could only be done if that area was completely ethnically cleansed by Jews. It was actually by Jews as well. In fact, I'm really glad I arrived in Israel just as that was finishing because I had no clue what was going on. It was just terrible. So if you want to say he's a man of peace, there's a lot of arguments they'll go to say, well, Jeremy Corbyn, when you bring up that he calls Hamas his friends, he said, well, he has to have a dialogue with people who are bad people. That's how you make peace. That's what they go to. He said, if that's the case, why has he had no dialogue with Jews? He only talks to the Palestinians who want to kill the Jews. He never talks to the Jews who are being murdered by the Palestinians. They just never. So that argument is also just a dead end. But again, if they want to tell you that he's a man of peace, he never endorses violence. This is I would say when you're paying for something, you're endorsing it. So I think that's quite a reasonable position to take. And again, I don't know how successful you'll be because people are very entrenched. But you just get one person. Just get one person to listen. And if you know what, even if you get 0 people, I'm a big believer in just doing what is right, no matter what the results. I love movies. So one of the most profound parts of any movie that I can think of was the end of Saving Private Ryan, where if you haven't seen it, I'm going to spoil it for you horribly. Tom Hanks is mortally shot. Okay, and he's on the ground. And he's an American soldier, and there's a German tank coming towards him, right? And so he's going to die. He knows he's going to. He pulls out his gun anyway, his pistol, and just starts firing at it, because for no reason. Because you know what? Because that's the right thing to do. You do the right thing no matter what it is. And then actually a miracle happens and I think it's a US plane flies overhead, drops a tank buster bomb, it blows up the tank. Tom Hanks probably still dies. But I think he dies vindicated that his life actions are worthwhile. So that's what I'm gonna say to you. Please be nice to people. Be nice and just talk to them because I think it's mainly coming from this deep ignorance and intransigence as well. I mean, listen, it looks pretty bad for Corbyn right now. He's what 19 points down, but there's 3 weeks to go. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I urge all of you, just reach out. Just reach out to your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers, and explain your position and do it friendly, do it nicely. Don't. I really, if you break into anger, you've lost, and which is always a sign, by the way, that you've won the argument when they start screaming at you. How many babies have you murdered today? Which happens a good 20% of the time because there are a lot of anti-Semites there. That's what he's. Jeremy Corbyn, like any great racist, like any truly marvelous racist, has been able to not only bring racists out of the woodwork, but has also been able to turn his following into racists. Which that's why they spout this vile anti-Semitism so regularly and with no compunction, with no thought. Anyway, my name is Philo Beckin, the rabbi from another planet. This is normally a geeky channel. Oh, by the way, this is really the last chance you have for this. I'm doing a giveaway for this DVD box set of Doctor Who, Trial of Time Lord from, I think it was 85, Colin Baker. If you want to win this is Colin Baker. It was the 6th Doctor. So like, share, subscribe, and leave a hashtag in a comment in Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter, wherever, saying hashtag 6C on trial, SIXIEONTRIAL, 6C on trial, and you'll be entered into Sweet 6 to win this. I'm going to be doing lots of DVD giveaways because I've got a bunch of new they bring Doctor Who out on Blu-ray, so I've been upgrading and so I'm giving away. I'm probably starting around January when the new series of Doctor Who starts. So again, if you have if you want to work out what to get for your friends, families who are into this geeky crap, just let me I thought you can let me know. Just ask me, or you can just subscribe to my channel and check out the reviews. There are many reviews coming. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Philo Beckin, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.